Hello and welcome to our channel.
We are N&J Small Engine Services, here to answer any questions that you might have about your small engines.
And if you live in the Twin Cities area and are having problems with your small engines, contact us here on our website
Or here at our phone number. Without further ado, let's get into that video.
In this video, we will cover how to replace a belt on a front-wheel drive lawnmower, starting with our two screws on the front housing here. And I will be taking a ratchet and socket with an extension and going ahead and cracking them loose. Now I find it easier to use that same socket and attach a screwdriver with it. Makes it faster in unscrewing it. And doing the same to the other side. Once we are finished unscrewing the two screws from our top housing, let's flip the lawnmower up on its side and access screws from the bottom. Now, with the lawnmower up on its side, let's begin by locating our screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold this main housing together on the front-wheel drive lawnmower. I'll begin with this ratchet and socket here, just cracking all of the screws loose. And I find it much more efficient, a lot quicker, to just grab my fancy impact gun here and use the socket, just zip them all undone. And with all of our screws undone, fidget at this one here, just kind of hit at it from the back. I've got this metallic bowl that you saw. It's very helpful and keeps me from losing a lot of my pieces. And there are a couple more bolts from the inside underneath the blades, so I will be removing those as well. And again, I'm cracking them loose with the ratchet and socket. I'm working my way around here, using my very quick, efficient method here. And to access the belt from the underneath side of a self-propelled lawnmower, what we need to do is then take our blades off. But to note, there are different screws, so keep that in mind when you're taking it apart. And grabbing a bigger ratchet here, remember, leverage is key. So the longer the ratchet, the more torque you have on it. I'm just going to quickly use a socket and spin it out, that bolt. Once our blades are off, let's pull our plastic cover out. As I'm taking this plastic housing off, you may notice there is no belt, And that is how I got this lawnmower, and the reason of why I'm installing a belt. Now your belt will probably still be intact. Just go ahead and remove it. It's as simple as cutting it out. Once you've removed your belt, let's flip it up on its wheels to get access from the top. And all our screws are removed, so this is just a plastic housing and comes off real simple. This is a $6 belt that I bought at Menards. Belt length will vary on what type of lawnmower front wheel drive system you have. It is very pliable. Now, pulling it from underneath and going through, weaving it through, and putting it on that pulley. Now that it's on the bottom half of the pulley, we're going to fit that pulley onto our second front wheel drive system. I had to switch here, a different camera angle so you can see up close. And there's just a linkage system around that pulley to keep the belt from slipping. We will remove that, and it's just 2 clips. Pops out and is free. Simply wrap the belt around and put our metal linkage system back on. Okay, and with that finished, let's grab our plastic housing that goes over the top of our drive system and secure it in place. You should hear 2 clicks as it snaps in. Now with that finished, let's flip our lawnmower up on its side and screw in our remaining screws. And yeah, the belt slipped. You will have that. Just fit it over the crankshaft here and slide it over the belt. No problem at all. And putting our plastic housing back on from underneath, and it does slide into place, making sure to fit that crankshaft in. Grabbing our screws here, let's fit everything back together in reverse. I'm simply using a socket and screwdriver here. And with our plastic housing in place, let's finish with the remainder of the screws. These are the longer screws that are for the front wheel drive plastic housing. And let's grab our blades here, and there is a key pattern that you will notice. Just align that in place, and you'll hear a snap. We'll twist that bolt right in and make sure that you get it on tight. And using a socket, I'm just screwing it back into place. And I will be using a ratchet here, we will tighten it the remainder of the way. On to the front wheel drive housing. We will finish that from the bottom, and then we will be golden. And here I'm just relocating our screw holes. Using a socket and screwdriver, we're just going to twist them into place. On to our third. There are 2 other screws that need to be placed in from the bottom side. Making sure everything is in place here. And doing a double check here of everything. It all looks good. Doing a recount. And now that the bottom half is finished, let's flip it up from the top and finish our 2 remaining screws. And now that we have access to our top, we have our 2 screw ports, and grabbing a ratchet and screwdriver, let's install the 2 screws. And we are finished with our belt installation for a front wheel drive lawnmower. Thank you for watching.